Happy New Year's to my sisters fans. It's your girl Barbie J here, and we are talking about Tyler Perry's comedy drama Sistas, Season 5, Episode 12, Backlash. And the only thing I can make from that backlash is when Calvin was busting Q up against his back. He was lashing at him. Backlash. I mean, that's the only thing I could make of that title. Anyway, Happy New Year. I hope everybody is doing well and everybody's year is starting off wonderfully. Before we get started, your girl Barbie J wanted to let you guys know that as of now, I am cancer free. Hallelujah, cancer free. And I am delighted. And I want to thank you all for your prayers and positive energy you sent my way as I was going through this journey. I love you all so much. Now let's get on with the recap of this episode that was like, okay, I'm not sure how I felt about it. There were some things that I didn't like or wasn't right. So my review might be a little bit longer than it usually is because I got my 2 cents that I got to say about these things. So it starts with Calvin is beating Q with the golf club and Sabrina tries to stop him. And he asks Sabrina to get her cell phone to, record what's going on. And Sabrina tells Calvin to let Q go and tells Q to get up and get out now. And when Q gets up, he promises Calvin, this ain't over, bro. You got lucky light skin. I said, why he call him light skin? I know Q is like dark as chocolate, but he called him light skin and I was laughing. And he tells Sabrina, I got your biatch. And she yelled, F you. And Q yells it back at her. And Calvin is saying, you better watch your mouth. And so he's upset that Sabrina let Q go because they needed him to confess. And Sabrina told Calvin the same darn thing that I told y'all 2 weeks ago. Even if Q had confessed, a confession while being beaten will not count. It is considered being under duress, and duress, that means it's a forced confession while being tortured. So y'all should know that. Most of us do know that. Anyway, so Sabrina thanks Calvin for protecting her, and they hug and they sit on the couch and talk about Maurice and Q, and she thanks Calvin, for offering to help with the money. They're trying to come up with a way now to help Maurice, and Sabrina says she's going to ask Andi if she can help him in some way, since she helped her. And then Calvin tells Sabrina that he loves her hair natural, and she says, I like it too, but just doesn't like that it wasn't her choice to change it. So they agreed that whomever Maurice calls first, that they will call the other. So Calvin tells her he's really glad she's out, and he kisses her on the cheek as she leaves. I said, oh, how sweet. Then it switches over to Karen. She was all quiet while they're asking who does she sleep with on the 12th. So she's not saying who the daddy is. And Danni is looking hard at Karen. You see Danni's expression. She looking at her, at Karen's face. And then Andi says, well, if you don't want to tell us, you don't have to. And I'm like, oh, stop. And Danni's like, oh, no. Why wouldn't she want to tell us? And I'm like, me too. I'm wondering too. And Andi says, well, maybe she needs more time. So Danni pulls out her calendar to check for dates because she says she remembers dates. And Karen looks a little, nervous about that and blurts out, it's Zach's baby. And I think she did that to stop Danni from searching. And I'm hoping that Danni doesn't forget that and just keeps that in her memory bank. So anyway, then Andi asks, is she sure? And Karen says, yes. So you can go ahead and tell your friend that. I said, now why does she think? I don't think we have ever saw that Andi went back and really told something that, was personal right there between Karen and Fatima. I don't think she really told each other's business. I know she tried to stay out of it, but y'all put it down in the comment section if I'm wrong, but I don't remember her really ever divulging the personal information of the other one. You know what I mean? Anyway, Andi said, I'm not going to tell Fatima that. And then Danni adds she still thinks it's uncertain because it's in that 7-day window. And Karen said, I always knew it was his. So Andi comes up with an idea for them to all meet up at her place tonight to think and talk about this information they received and discuss as a collective community, what she should do. And Karen is okay with that. So that's the plan. Then we got Zach. He shows up at Fatima's office and he tells her that the lawyer said the same thing that Fatima basically said to him, and Fatima said that's a good lawyer. So they make a plan to invite both ladies, that's Karen and Heather, to their house on different days to discuss the babies, because Fatima was not cool with Zach talking to Karen at the salon, nor with Heather at the strip club. I don't blame her. Zach got in trouble the last time he was at that damn salon with Karen. I'm sorry, y'all. Anyway, Fatima offers to call both ladies, and Zach he's like, what? He feels they're going to hang up on her real quick. And she says, I can be very persuasive. And Zach said, we don't need your type of persuasion with guns and knives and blood. And at this moment, Hayden comes by the office and serves Zach some legal papers saying that he saved him money by not having to hire a process server. So Zach doesn't want to take the envelope, and Fatima tells him this is serious and Hayden ain't worth it. Just take those papers to your lawyer and talk to her. Then Andi comes into the office and Zach leaves saying he can't touch her because he may get her pregnant. He said every time he touch a woman, she get pregnant. I guess that's going to be Fatima next, huh? Then the two ladies discuss business, and Andi asks Fatima if Robin's in his office. She said yes. So Andi goes to see Robin and lets him know how things went with Sabrina. Then she sits down and Robin starts telling her why he's in a pissy mood. He said he took on a lot of leverage to buy this firm, but now he has partners who are forcing a call. And he asked her, did she know what it was? And she said she did. And he said his portion is $14 million that he needs to raise up. And now he's down another $1 by helping her friend. But then adds that $1 million won't make a real difference since it's hard for him to even raise the 14. So he said he's shocked that they even trying to force him out so soon. And you know who they are. And she was saying she don't know. And he said she doesn't lie very well. He's like, you don't lie very well. And Andi said, yeah, I've been told that. I'm like, how your damn attorney don't know how to lie? Because y'all know y'all lie. So Andi lied and said she didn't know about Gary and Hayden trying to take over his company. Then Andi said, wait, that bothers me because that's going to be an issue. That's going to be a conflict when he find out that she did know. Anyway, and y'all tell me how y'all feel about that. But she lied, didn't she? Basically, But then she said she has a client who does loans, but the interest might be hefty and he might get some broken legs or something like that. And Robin's like, are you trying to get me killed or something? So Robin makes a comment that Andi was worth it or something, trying to get this business. I don't know how he said that, how he worked that in. I listened to it a couple of times, but it made no sense. And Andi said that she's not a prize or a game and doesn't like being made to feel that way. And Robin apologized if he made her feel that way. Then she added that she doesn't want him to lose the firm, so he should fight for it. And he just smiled. Then we got Karen. She shows up to the salon and asks Pam if Aaron is there because she told him to meet her there. She goes into her office to catch up on things, and then Aaron arrives and is met by Pam, calling him a little puppy. Pam is crazy. He said, excuse me? She said, Karen says, come. And Aaron comes and running. And Aaron adds to his defense, I'm not ashamed of wanting to make sure she's taken care of. And Pam is like, so where can I get me a little rescue? I said, she ain't right at all. Ain't right. So Aaron goes into Karen's office and she tells him that the baby is Zach's and asks Aaron, how does he feel about it? And he says he's a little disappointed. And Aaron asks, how is she feeling, having to talk to Zach about it? And Karen says she doesn't know. So Aaron is still being a gentleman, as he always is, and asks Karen how he can support her during this time. And she's like, you are just too good to be true. I was like, girl, please, you so fake in the funk. So he asks her, when is she going to tell Zach? And she says she doesn't know, that she will talk to the girls tonight and see what they think. Then Pam comes back there and she interrupts them saying Sabrina's there to see her. So she says, send her back. And then Karen asks Aaron if he's sure he's okay. And Aaron said, yeah. And what's not to love about a baby that coming through you? I said, oh boy, you better stop. You got all the daggone lines. And that's just what they are, lines. Okay? And anybody believe them, it's just too much. It's too much. He's sugaring. You got to show something. I don't know. You got to show something else because this is too much. And it's sad that we feel that way, but Sometimes it's like that, those can be signs. They send a representative at the beginning, because once you marry them, once you marry the man or woman, you start seeing the other side after marriage. So everybody pay attention. It goes both ways. Anyhow, Aaron leaves and Sabrina and Pam come into the office, and Sabrina tells Karen that, what she had been through, and asks Karen to put her hair back the way it was. And Pam said, "I like your natural hair." And Sabrina said, she does too, but that's not what it's all about. Pam is like, "Then what is it?" I said, "Oh Lord." Karen said, "Pam, go back to do some work." Pam is a trip. Then Sabrina tells Karen about Calvin beating Q, and Karen is shocked about that. But then the two ladies, they hug before they go out there and fix Sabrina's hair back. She said she's going to fix it back and straighten it. She said, "I didn't realize it was straightened. I always thought it was natural, the hairstyle she had." Anyway, then we got Fatima calling her cousin and asking for a favor, saying she don't need anybody dead. she says, "But I need the baddest gold digging biatch she can find." And she says she wants her to come by the office and ask for Hayden. Tell Hayden that she's looking to sue someone who was in a car wreck. So she wants this girl to take Hayden for every dime he's got and have her call Fatima when she gets to the office. So now Fatima goes out to the front desk when the girl arrives, and her name is Tamara. And this is the gold digging biatch she requested, right? So I got to say first, this makes no sense that Fatima would take a chance at meeting this girl at her firm, where the receptionist and other employees are there and could see her walking and are talking with her. And who knows, Hayden could come around the corner and she sees her. So that would have blown the whole thing. So that made no sense, that scene. TP, make it make sense. She could have went downstairs and met her in the parking garage or something. Anyway, so Fatima, am I wrong? Y'all tell me down in the comment section. I know I'm right about that. So Fatima tells her that she needs her to freak this nigga and make him fall in love with her. Also to tell her everything he's up to and to take her time getting him to open up to her. Also, please make sure he doesn't know he's getting played. So Tamara tells Fatima in her hood tone, "Yo, madam should have told you I got this ish," And Fatima's like, "Whoa." So then she said, "Could you tone that down?" And then she showed Fatima how she could switch it up. "Oh, do you mean like this?" And Fatima said, "Damn, okay, girl." She said, she said, "What if he vets you?" And Tamara said, "Girl, relax. I got this shit." And Fatima's like, "Okay, tone it down. Tone down all that hood and keep it with the whatever do you mean tone." So the girl's like, I got you. So the girl goes back out there. The receptionist calls Hayden and tells him that there is a Miss Tamara waiting. And he's waiting for her. And he said, "Tell her to make an appointment." So Tamara told the reception that she would wait. And Hayden's like, fine. He came out there, decided to come out there, and he was like, damn, when he saw her. And he asked, "What can I do for you?" And she said she wants to know if she has a case or not, that a friend told her that Hayden could help her and that he was cute and sexy. And Hayden was grinning. He was cheesing like I don't know what. He just had this big old Kool-Aid smile and stuff. And he wants to know who told her about him. But she refused. And then he led her to his office so that they could talk. Then it shows Q showing up to the airport in pain. And he said, now, how did he get his uniform? He must have a locker there or something. So he shows up in pain and he tells Danni that he got into a fight. And he tells Danni that it's all her fault because it was that dude who was staring at her did it. And she was like, really? And she's like, saying he beat him. He said, what happened? He said, beat me with a bat. And Danni said, I told you not to mess with him. And then she was thinking, you let an injured man beat you with a baseball bat? And she said, you're lying. That's when she didn't believe him because it made no sense. So he was like, girl, please. He said, you need me to walk you to your car? And she said, no, I'm good. She turned him down. And he was like, woman, let me help you and stuff. She said, maybe I need to help you go into your car. Where is your car? So then that was just a stupid scene, if you ask me, for him to come in there and lie to her like that. Maybe he was getting to try to stay home, be nice to her and get to spend the night with her because he know he can't go back to that house with Calvin. Anyway, then we got Fatima. She goes into Andy's office to say goodnight and that she was leaving. And that's when Andy said, "You're keeping secrets from me." And Fatima's like, "What secrets? What are you talking about?" And Andy goes, "What secrets? What are you talking about?" And then she said, "You sure there's not something you want to tell me?" And she goes, "What?" And she mentions the tan line she sees on her finger. I'm asking, what woman is paying attention to another woman's finger? Why is she so, why are you paying attention? It makes no sense to me, TP. Andi is too involved in her own mess to be paying attention to Fatima's finger. She should have been paying more attention to Gary's ring finger when she started messing with a married man. Hello? So anyway, she had Fatima sit down and they were about to talk. And then it ended with Maurice and the prosecutor, and he's lying to Maurice, telling him that Sabrina gave him up and she turned on him and that she got out of jail already. And Maurice is like, "First of all, I don't believe you. Where's my attorney? And what do you mean she's out already?" So he had Maurice thinking, and that's what they do sometimes to these people, because he was saying, Maurice is like, "I didn't rob that bank." He said, "I know you didn't. Sabrina Holland did it." And he's like, "She didn't either." And he's trying to get him, "Sign this piece of paper and you be out of here in an hour." But then to put the lie in his head that she did it, that she turned on him, it's just so nasty. And I am praying that we see that this man just doesn't disappear on this show, that when it all is said and done, Tyler Perry shows us that he gets in trouble, that he gets demoted or something or fired for using his office in the wrong way, using his powers in the wrong way. So that's how it ended. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this episode. And for those of you who have not subscribed to my channel as of yet, please subscribe. Remember, I have a goal of reaching 2,000 subscribers by June 1st, which is my birthday. That's my goal. I want to get 2,000 subscribers, and I can only do it with the help of you guys out there in YouTube land. All right, so I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. It's your girl, Barbie J, saying peace.